Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, up on Long's Peak in Colorado, which is the most deadly hike we have. It has killed more people than any other mountain in Colorado. Luckily, the dropship hasn't had to bring me back yet. But today we are going to be talking all about, well, the anti-cheat update that Respawn just announced and released. We're going to go over all of that. We're also going to give out a prestige skin for Maggie when it drops. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Without further ado, let's get it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and sweaty control players who tape down their crouch button, we got a lot to talk about today, including the anti-cheat, some new gameplay leaks, and also a new legend that is apparently coming named Overdrive. Yep, you heard that right. Respawn apparently looked at Octane main players and said, you know what this game needs? More knees hitting the floor at Mach 3. So we're going to go into a lot of that. Let's go ahead and start with the leak that comes from Hypermist, and it points towards Overdrive being built around one thing: slide control. Looking at you, Call of Duty, right there, this seems like something that, we're going to go ahead and take from you after you've taken so many gameplay mechanics from us. Which is perfect, because Apex players were clearly sitting around saying, man, you know what I miss? Getting third-partied, but this time a legend literally skiing down the hill like he's in the Winter Olympics. So what does Overdrive bring to the Apex arena? Let's break it down from what we know. Passive is slide control, and from what's been data mined, Overdrive can slide farther, faster, and maybe even more maneuverability than anyone else. Translation, you thought sear sliding into your box was annoying, wait until this guy drifts into your squad like he's in Fast and Furious 12 Apex Tokyo Drift. Now, Respawn hasn't confirmed what slide control actually means. Is it faster sliding, tighter cornering, more momentum, or is it Respawn gaslighting us with another half-baked movement passive that gets nerfed within 2 weeks? Right now, we're just gonna have to wait and see. The only solid leak is the passive, but the community whispers that he might have an active tied to momentum burst, or maybe even a sliding bonus. Timeline-wise though, Sparrow drops in 2025, he was our most recent legend, which means Overdrive is most likely slated for 2026 at this point. We've heard nothing about the new legend, or if a new legend is coming next month with Season 27. So this is less of a new main incoming next season, and more like a peek at Respawn's whiteboard doodles. Now, let's go ahead and move into some of the other topics, because Respawn has once again dropped an anti-cheat dev update, which, if you're new to this channel, is basically like when your teacher hands you a progress report that says, well, your kid's not failing anymore, but they still eat glue. We've heard 1,000 times about how they're fixing things and how it will be changed permanently, yet, well, we're still waiting for it. That being said, like I mentioned, cheaters are still here, but apparently Respawn's now swinging at them with an even bigger ban hammer, and it's actually called one of their metrics. They bragged about it. It's called total bans, which really just sounds like a wrestling finishing move. So Respawn gave us 3 key stats. One is total bans, the raw number of accounts they banned. Think of this as Respawn's kill counter, except instead of headshots, it's goodbye to Jimmy and his Cronus, which, I mean, let's be honest, we've been waiting for Cronus to get banned forever. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. Then there's match infection rate, the percentage of matches where at least one cheater showed up. Basically, imagine if every Apex game was a house party. This is basically the percentage where somebody brought 4 Loco and ruined everything. Do you guys remember the old school ones? The ones that would like really... anyways, let's move on. There's also reports per user. How many reports players file per cheater? So if you've ever rage typed enjoy your ban in all caps before smashing the report button 47 times, congratulations, you're now officially contributing to science, and Respawn's probably keeping tabs on you. Now, here's where it gets spicy. Ranked has the highest match infection rate by far, which makes sense. Cheaters want clout, they want predator badges, they want to screenshot their phone wallpaper with a fake Masters badge for Tinder. Diamond and Masters are twice as likely to be infected compared to the global average. So if you're sweating your way up the ladder and wondering why every Diamond game feels like Neo from the Matrix is joined, well, that data actually backs you up and you're not just raging. Unranked is 50 to 80% lower in match infection rate. Translation, if you're tired of wall hackers, just go back to pubs where the worst thing that can happen is a TTV doing heirloom animations over your death box. Now, here's something new actually. Respawn is now actively banning on consoles. It feels like maybe we've been waiting for this forever. And I'm gonna be honest, coming from a console player, there was a long time where players were like, PC is cheaters, console is clean. Yeah, well, it turns out Cronus, Zim, and macro devices exist. We've known about this since basically the inception of Apex. So now console bans are being folded into the stats, and it's actually a pretty big deal because the new data stream Respawn unlocked means the total ban numbers are more accurate across all platforms, not just PC anymore. And the big thing is, why do these metrics even matter? Total bans sound good, but it's kind of a blunt instrument if I'm being honest. If total bans goes up, it might mean cheaters are growing, or it just means Respawn got better at finding them. It's like saying, we caught more fish this year, maybe the lake is infested, maybe you just bought a bigger net. It doesn't really help us at all. Then there's the match infection rate, and this is actually the real canary in the coal mine. If the match infection rate goes down, that means cheaters are actually impacting fewer matches, and the only way to push it lower is faster time to ban. The shorter a cheater survives before detection, the fewer games they ruin. And of course, reports per user, and this one is interesting because it measures perception. Players might over-report when tilted, but Respawn uses the 3+ report threshold to filter out false alarms. Basically, if multiple people agree you're sus, then yeah, you're sus. And apparently Respawn isn't just banning cheaters, they're upgrading their toolkit. This is going to be impacting teamers, which is also a console issue for the most part, but does happen on all their platforms. Since February, reports are down 33%. Either Respawn's catching more cheaters or cheaters got better at acting like they don't know each other. Personally, I love the idea of cheaters pretending to be strangers in voice cons. No bro, we're not teaming, we're just jogging together in the same direction and don't want to fire bullets at each other. Bot farms, Respawn is also training automated bot detection models. Imagine 50 bronze accounts queuing together, dropping into a storm point, and then all standing in a line like they're waiting for a bus. Yeah, those guys are basically on Respawn's hit list. And then there's aimbots and anti-recoil, and they're actively building in-house detection models, which means someday soon, your buddy who suddenly turned into Imperial Hollow overnight and just doesn't miss a shot because he has no recoil might be explaining to you why his account just got Thanos snapped, which is something we've been asking for forever. Now, there are also some new leaks we got the other day. One is about a new barricade survival item. It basically lets you block doors and fortify buildings. It can tank 3 flatline mags and 3 grenades before breaking. It's basically the equivalent of 3 full Diamond Squad screaming nade out at the same time. You get 3 charges per pickup, so in theory you can literally turn your house into Fort Knox. And right now the only counter would basically be Alter, which means Alter just went from Cool Shadow Teleport Lady to the only reason you can get through the front door. I mean, I guess maybe Rampart could do something with that. I don't know. I guess it depends on how strong her Sheila is against them. Anyways, there's also reportedly testing breakable windows on certain maps. I actually covered this the other day about destructible environments and how I'd heard it was a map engine upgrade. So now other leakers are hearing about it too, which seems cool. Apparently a window appeared briefly on Broken Moon, then disappeared faster than Seer and patch notes buffs. If this goes alive alongside barricades, Apex will literally just become Rainbow Six Siege Light, breaching windows, fortifying doors, chucking grenades like they're flashbangs. It's going to turn endgame fights into full-on SWAT team roleplay. And honestly, I'm okay with that kind of shakeup. But that's pretty much everything going on with Apex Legends right now. We're going to jump into community clips. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thordan Smash on Twitter. But without further ado, let's roll it.
An enemy relay is partying on the other way. Oh, I'm down. I'm down. You got bamboozled.
An enhanced weapon. Enemy down. I took out the whole squad.